Okay, guys, I'm out of breath. I'm going to include this as part of the inside, whew, so I don't have to edit the Big Brutus part. So, anyways, and whew, I am really out of breath. Climbing that, we haven't been doing a whole lot. Can take a lot out of you. Ooh. So, look at that. It's got a cab like a pickup truck. Wheels. That is so cool. That is a Caterpillar. Then we have a coal cart. Look at that pulley, guys. A pulley like would be on your mama's clothesline, that's for sure. Then we have some trucks over there. And here's some more cable that would have been on Big Brutus. That is really, really cool. And we have some people here, so we're going to avoid their child because they have a child with them. And we have another cart. And this is really interesting. In one of the pictures, you would have seen them using an equipment like this. This is a Sullivan Master short wall. Look at that. Here, this is a plaque that tells about it. Ooh, my legs are shaky. So I can pause and read that. Here we have a small auxiliary triple winch. You can read that. I love old equipment. And then we have this. Let me get up here in the shade so that you can see that a little better. Pretty cool. I am a history buff. I love old equipment. I love old farm equipment. And that thing peeking through the trees is just amazing. This is a prospect drill or churn drill. And you can read that. And we're going to take another look at this little cart. So I got it sitting here on rails, of course, so that nobody can push it off the rails. That would be disastrous. Pretty cool. Now we have this. Don't think there was a plaque, but this thing is huge. Then, of course, there is the front piece that would have been on the end of it. We have another piece of equipment. We're going to come over to it. I'm going to walk over to the shade. It is getting blessed hot. Here you can get another look at the two trucks that are sitting there. So we have a big uke type dump truck. Then we have that other truck. And I believe that one dumped through the belly. So that is pretty cool. This is the main triple hoist from the Kruger mine at Cherokee, Kansas. It was 1 mile east of Cherokee. And we have, there's no plaque with that, so we'll look at it from here. We're going to go inside. Ooh. It is hot. Hot, hot, hot. I'm going to take another peek at this. Safe. That's pretty cool. Curious what this plaque would say. I didn't stop and read it. I do have my, this is the Miners Memorial. Am I all the way out? No. Okay. There you go. Guys, feel free to pause this. I'm sure the paper that I picked up will have also all the information on it. And it is about 30 minutes away. It is late in the afternoon. We won't be going there. So there's more information down here. So we're gonna go ahead, go inside.
So when people come here, this is where they live.
I actually have some vintage baby clothes. I need to dig them out. Hi everybody, I am voice-overing parts of this video because there is a video playing in the background and I don't want to get a copyright strike. I don't know if I will, but I've been getting a lot of issues with Big Brother YouTube here, so we're going to try to avoid that. So feel free to pause anytime you see something in a video that you want to read. Anytime you see a QR code, feel free to pause and scan the code. Um, and and just enjoy the things that you're seeing in the video. I love the pictures of the miners. Check this out. This is amazing. This was built, it is a working replica. A lot of amazing things in the museum part. And you'll hear me stop and just play part of the video throughout this. I absolutely love this. I love to being here. It was one of my highlights. I am going to go back and camp here soon. This is a working model of a deep shaft coal mine. I'm just going to read from the pamphlets about Big Brutus and about how he became there and about his life there at where he's located, because he never left after he was basically decommissioned. So at the very end, I'll show a picture of what it looked like when he was left. Now you see Peabody Coal Mine and Peabody Coal Company all the time. I can't remember if it was, I'll put it on the screen, if it was, which one of them I listen to all the time. He has a song where he wants to go back to some place he grew up. And they talk about Peabody's coal trucks have all hauled it away. I will put the title of the song and who sings it here on the screen. New technology in the early 1960s made surface mining economical. The Pittsburgh and Midway Coal Mining Company, P&M, of Pittsburgh, Kansas, purchased Big Brutus from the Bucyrus Erie Company of Milwaukee in 1962 at the cost of $6.5 million. That was a lot of money back in 1962. Big Brutus did not dig coal. The huge bucket removed the overburden, which is dirt and rocks covering the coal seams. Men using huge coal strippers and 120-ton trucks then moved in and exposed the coal seams. In April 1974, it was silenced. It no longer was cost effective to operate Big Brutus. The expenses were just too much. The electric bill of Big Brutus' last month of operations was $27,000. Now it is retired on the banks of a strip pit like an old ship resting in its harbor, a place of its own making. The once mined land has been reclaimed and returned to a useful purpose. The strip pits have been filled with water, providing excellent fishing opportunities. P&M donated 10,000 acres of land surrounding Big Brutus to the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. For years after Brutus was silenced, it continued to compel people to get closer to this 160-foot giant, to touch it, to climb it. In 1984, P&M donated the shovel and 16 acres surrounding land to Big Brutus Incorporated and donated $100,000 for restoration work. Volunteers included many P&M employees spent thousands of hours to clean and fix up Big Brutus. 10,000 watched on July 13, 1985, as Kansas Governor John Carlin and the president of P&M, Richard M. Holston, presided over the dedication to complete the restoration put forth by the Kansas Senate, proclaiming Big Brutus a museum and memorial dedicated to the rich coal mining history in southeast Kansas. Look at these awesome fossils, guys. So cool. In September 1987, the American Society of Mechanical Engineers designated Big Brutus a regional historic mechanical engineering landmark, the 10th since 1971 to be so designated, and that was just the beginning. The display we're looking at right here was built by an 83-year-old John, and it was built in his basement and then donated for display. Isn't that amazing? The items that were here on display are just beautiful pieces of work. I want to talk real quick about this machine here. This is the Midway Princess. And the next machine coming up is the Midway Queen. These two were here in Amsterdam, Missouri, which is just a few miles away. And these two machines were quite similar to Big Brutus. They also did the same work. The Midway Queen Dragline 2570 WBE had a 110-yard bucket. That is much bigger than the bucket on Big Brutus. The Midway Princess, which was smaller, was a 8200 Marion dragline with a 73-yard bucket. In perspective, Big Brutus was a 90-yard bucket. So these machines were scattered all over the area doing mining. The biggest difference with Big Brutus is Big Brutus was a 1850B electric shovel. Designed and built by Bucyrus Erie for the Pittsburgh and Midway Coal Mining Company, the 1850B, the world's largest electric shovel, is an engineering accomplishment. 10 years prior to construction, such a project would not have been considered feasible. Today, large capacity excavating machines have not only proven to be feasible, but absolutely essential. In order to be a competitive position to meet the production demands of growing utility and industrial markets. The weight of this machine, less the ballast, was approximately 9,300,000 pounds. The ballast was 1,700,000 pounds, and the working weight was 11 million pounds. The height of the shovel is taller than a 15-story office building, 160 feet from the ground to the point sheave at the top of the boom. The boom was 150 feet long and the dipper handle 88 feet long. The power plant provided 7,500 horsepower under normal operating conditions and 15,000 horsepower under peak loads, which is equivalent to power used by a community of 15,000 people. 4 pairs of crawlers, one at each corner of the base, propelled the machine. Each pair of crawlers or trucks are powered by a 250 horsepower motor. Each crawler tread is 5 feet 6 inches wide and weighs 2,008 pounds. The gear case for each truck holds 2,200 gallons of gear oil. The normal propelling speed was 0.22 miles per hour. The operating crew consists of 1 operator, 1 oiler, and 1 groundsman. The revolving frame was 58 feet by 79 feet and 6 inches. The body revolves on a base supported by a roller circle of 45 feet in diameter, consisting of 90 rollers each, 16 inches in diameter. Leveling jacks on the machine is supported on 4 crawler tracks by gigantic hydraulic jacks which automatically maintain the shovel in a level working position as it moves over the uneven pit floor. The hydraulic oil was supplied to all 4 jacks from a central reservoir which has a capacity of 3,200 gallons. The jack cylinders are 42 inches in diameter and have a stroke of 66 inches. The period of time it took to erect Big Brutus was from June 1962 to May of 1963, almost a year. A peak number of 52 men were employed to erect the shovel. 150 railroad cars were required to ship all of the component parts of the shovel. The shovel was erected at P&M's Mine 19 near Hallowell, Kansas. Big Brutus cost about $6.5 million in 1962. Can you imagine how much that would be today? The operating period of the shovel ran 24 hours a day for 11 years. It ceased operations in April of 1972. This is exactly where they stopped using the shovel. It never moved from the day it ceased running. It was just left there, done. Sad. The capacity of the dipper is 90 cubic yards. By heaping dirt on the dipper, 150 tons of overburden is handled in one scoop, or enough to fill 3 railroad cars. It took 4 cables, 3.5 inches thick and powered by 8 500 horsepower motors to lift the bucket. You can see Big Brutus long before you get to its site through the trees. And it is amazing to see that way off in the distance as you come up on it. And guys, thank you so much for watching these videos on Big Brutus. I do plan on going back and revisiting the site. They also offer camping. You can have weddings. You can have different venues here. Coal mining is a huge part of the history of the United States. Everybody, thank you again. Have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.